Welcome back. We're here at John Paul II Academy, a new Catholic school in Claremont, New Hampshire. And joining me now is their lead teacher, Miss Christine Carew. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thanks for lending us your classroom. We were in your classroom.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Oh, it was great seeing the children, the students working as we were setting up, and it's obviously a wonderful dynamic that you have here.
It is. They're full of joy, and it's really an honor to be able to be part of that every day.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how the faith gets wrapped into the curriculum every day.
Sure, but because we're a Catholic school, obviously the faith is the paramount to our education. We use a program called Education in Virtue, which basically allows the children to focus on a different virtue every month.
Oh, that's nice.
And then it gives them a moral compass for as they grow older, as they enter their teens, and then for them to take with them as they enter into adulthood.
Great, and it's introduced every day across all the subjects, it sounds like.
It is. So we focus on one virtue a month, and then we focus on catching them when they're performing the specific virtue, and then if they're caught a couple of times, they'll get a dress down pass or a reward for performing that virtue. And it also gives them a way to engage with others and something to focus on when they're in actual lessons, depending on what that virtue is every month.
And the whole school's working on the same virtue, which is really nice. Everybody's in it together.
We use the same virtue, so there's a prayer that goes along with that. So by the second week in the month, all the kids have the prayer memorized, so it increases their faith in knowing more prayers. And then also we focus on a few different saints, usually 4, that encompass and embody that virtue. So it gives them examples of how to perform that in their lives through the saints.
A little bit of history. That's nice. Well, good. And you seem to have a strong fellowship program here too.
We do. So the fellowship among the students is amazing to start.
I'm sure.
We have a buddy program, so our older students are paired up with our younger students.
Oh, sweet.
So different activities that they'll do together. We started the year with doing little buddy interviews, so they got to know each other and find out their favorites. And then it's just nice to see them interact, especially when they're at recess all together. You know, the bigs especially will help the littles with getting their snow gear on, or just talk about their favorite game or their favorite TV show. So it kind of gives that personal feel outside of the school where they're not in the classrooms together. And then it also gives the littles a nice person to look up to as a role model. And then it also instills in the older children being those virtuous individuals to lead the younger students into their virtuous mission as disciples of Christ as well.
Oh, wow. That's a win-win for the students.
It is. It's really
absolutely.
nice.
That's great. Good. Well, and then the strength of the academics. You're the lead teacher, so obviously that's important.
Sure, I am. So we've looked closely at curriculum. We do have a very rigorous academic compass, but at the same time, because this year we do have small class sizes, we're able to really key in on the individual needs of each of the students. So they're really getting more of an individualized education plan versus just being a number in a classroom where they're lost, and we might not see, in a classroom where there's 30 students, you might not see when a child's specifically struggling on something.
Right.
So it's nice to be able to really key in on where their strengths and weaknesses might be, but then also for them to be able to interact with each other, and where their strength might be, they're able to peer teach each other as well. So we do have a really rigorous academics here, and we hold them to high standards.
Yeah. Well, and then Claremont is such a tight-knit community. You're right here in the center. Talk a little bit about what we do with what you all do with the community.
Sure. So community involvement is huge for us. We're always looking for different ways that the kids can interact with the members of the community, and then also to bring the community in. So we have a woman who comes in once a week and she reads to them. They call her Grammy Gale, and she's a storyteller. So she does it off the cuff without books, and the children will all sit and they're completely engaged in it. So the community aspect is bringing others in, but then also us being proactive within the community. So right before Thanksgiving, we actually took a bread baking class at King Arthur Flour, and the kids made homemade rolls, and we provided them to our church community and then also to homeless shelters in the area.
Oh,
so
that's beautiful.
So it's important to us to build not only the academics, not only their moral compass, but also for them to be active members of the communities and to see the rewards of helping others.
Oh yeah, you can just tell you're doing it across all subjects and across all platforms and each day and every day.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Definitely.
Well, thanks
Very
for heading up the lead teacher position
always.
here. It
It's
seems
a
like,
blast.
yeah,
We have a great team of teachers here and the students are wonderful, so it makes my job really easy.
It seems like you have a lot of joy in your job.
I
So
do.
continued success. Thank you.
Thank you so much.